Well, good evening. Welcome to Sky Blue Fans TV. Yes, I'm here. I'm not in your imagination or anything. I am literally here tonight. I'm back off holiday. Just been chatting backstage. I'm up for this tonight. This is going to be good. I am really buzzing tonight. So hope you're all going to enjoy the show. We've got a lot coming up tonight. We've got a little bit about Mark Robins later on, getting his little degree today at Coventry University. We're going to talk first, though, about no manager yet assigned to the Sky Blues. So we don't know who's going to be taking over. Then we got a little bit about Hamer, O'Hare and Sheffield United. And we've got some ideas for Christmas gifts. That's coming up later on for you as well. And one of our guests is on tonight. He has been away this week. He's been to see our big Swede on our side. He's been out to Sweden to watch Big Vic, and he's going to tell us all about it this evening as well. So let's get the show on the go then. Let's start talking about the manager. Why haven't we got one yet? But let's bring in the chatterbox that he is. He don't shut up every time he's on. Good evening, Claudio.
Good evening, Miles. How you doing?
All good, all good. Yeah, man. Harry.
Yeah.
I'm good.
I had to do a costume change because I was doing the history podcast with Jim Brown. I thought I can't wear the same clothes.
No, wouldn't work. Definitely wouldn't work. Well, glad you're here. Glad you're here. Victoria, good evening, Victoria.
Good evening. I don't know how you can call somebody else a chatterbox, really, Miles. I mean,
I know.
He talks more than me.
No way.
Yes, way. Hey, I might bump into you tomorrow. I'm in hospital tomorrow, so I might bump into you.
Then.
I will. I'll try and
be there soon if you carry on.
And I know I missed this chap on the show while I was away. I did watch it. It was brilliant. It is the one and only Rich Overson. Good evening, Rich.
Hello, you all right?
Yeah,
I
good,
heard
mate.
Claudia singing on Tuesday. Very good.
Oh, you did, didn't you? At the players' evening. Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get some information about that as well. And we've also got Chris Baker. Good evening, Chris.
Evening, everyone.
Good evening. Right then. Here we go then. Let's get the show on the road. Then we've got loads of comments in already. We'll get one of the team to have a little flick through those very, very soon. But let's start off then. Come to you first. We'll come to you, Chris, first, mate. No manager in yet. All this talk about Lampard is in advanced talks with the Sky Blues. Everyone thought we were going to get a message today, probably, or yesterday or Tuesday. Nothing happened. What are your thoughts, mate?
I think, given the way, I mean, the betting suspended at one point, they completely took it off the market, didn't they? So that usually means something's on the verge of happening. For whatever reason, it hasn't happened. To be honest, it wouldn't surprise me if it's announced tomorrow and he's unveiled on Saturday before the crowd. If it goes on much longer, it might start leading me to think that maybe he was in advanced talk and it's all fell apart and Doug King might be scratching around for alternatives. But, I don't know. I'll have to see how it plans out. But I think possibly tomorrow with an unveiling in front of the crowd on Saturday where hopefully he won't get booed by everyone.
Well, he won't hear us. He won't hear us booing. Whoever it is, we're going to back them no matter what, although we do miss our beloved Mark Robins. Victoria, I mean, Sunday night, I think you said there won't be anyone in place by Saturday. Was I correct there? I think you said no, didn't you?
Me and Claudia were speculating that we thought it might be after these two sort of tough fixtures.
Yeah, and who would you think that, you know, obviously it's gone quiet on Frank Lampard. Do you think some dark horse has come in at the back door and sort of found his way in there and having an interview that we don't really know about?
Yeah, possibly. I mean, it seems strange that if it was going to be Lampard, it hasn't been done by now because, I mean, that was the first name pretty much, wasn't it? And it's been dragging on for a while now. So you'd really expect if it was going to be him, that would be done and dusted by now. So the fact that it's still going on makes you think there might be some other candidates out there. Which actually I'm pleased about because I would rather. I mean, I'm fed up with it all now. I just want someone new to come in so we can move on. But equally, I would prefer that they take a bit of time and get the right person in. So I'm happy if that's what they're doing, looking at some options.
Yeah, and I mean, Vic gets it right on point there. She says she's glad in a way that we're taking our time with this, Rich. This is a massive, massive moment in Doug King's ownership of this football club. He has to get this right, doesn't he?
Yeah. And he's probably never appointed a football manager before, has he? The first time he's appointed someone. And if Lampard came in and was appointed the day after, we'd all be saying he rushed into it. So I probably think or him or whoever else, is going through the options. And he's got Reece Carr in charge. Sunderland, I think we got a draw, didn't we, 2-2. So he's probably thinking the players are up for it. So I think that probably the second half against Sunderland probably gave us all a bit of confidence. The actual players, for whatever reason, have turned it around or have turned up. So, I think there's he's got to get it right. You're right. He's got to get this right because what's happened previously, and we're not used to change, are we? Like I said before,
no.
We've had 7 years. We're not used to a new manager. So for all us, Cardiff, is it 60 days since they've not appointed one, have they? I think it's
no, they haven't got one. No.
I'm not saying we should follow that thing really, but I think if we can turn around and say, look at all the options, and this bloke is the right person, we back him, don't we? I just want someone in the dugout. We back him, don't we? We're still going to go regardless, aren't we? So.
Yeah, I mean, we're still going to go. I mean, Claudia, I mean, Richard just touched on it there. Cardiff not had a manager for over 60 games, and they've been on this real good run as well, haven't they? I mean, do you think we can, as a club, and do you think the fans can really take this risk of waiting too long for a replacement, because we are in 6-7 teams on 15 points with joint third from bottom, goal difference? Can we really take this risk of waiting long?
A win makes all the difference, doesn't it? You get a win on Saturday and people start to view things differently. They go, oh yeah, maybe he should take his time. If we lose, they'll be saying it's because we've got nobody in place. What we can't, I said this a few weeks back, we're trusting people to make a decision who've never had to make this decision before. And it's a tough one. If the five of us were nominated to do it, it wouldn't be easy. And we've watched football. I mean, we've got about 150 years worth of football, more than that, 200 years worth of football we've seen. And it's a difficult decision to make. Tonight,
you're just talking about yourself there, aren't you, Clive?
Tonight we've just been doing with Jim Brown a podcast with Oggy about, and we decided not to talk about any cup games or his goal. We said, let's talk about the managers you played under. When he was at the club, 23 different managers. I think 18 of those are since 2001. So it's
wow.
I know we've got to get this decision right. And if you think about that, Mark Rod's been here for 7 years as well. I'd really just take your time. I feel if it's Lampard, to me, it's a bit of a lazy choice now. It's like he's available and it's going to cost nothing apart from what you're going to pay him. But he doesn't fit the remit, does he? He doesn't fit the head coach thing. So why Lampard? That's what I don't understand. So I think he needs to look at a championship manager who's been doing okay somewhere else and try and nick him, basically. Try and tempt him to our club and say, there's more of a prospect you could get promoted with us than with your club you're at. I think that's what we need to do. Somebody with experience. I know Lampard got to the playoff final, but he had a Tomori, he had Mason Mount, he had Wilson, was one of that scored those great goals for Fulham the other night. He had some good players at Derby as well in that playoff season. So I think we've got to be very, very careful with what we choose.
Yeah. I mean, Chris, who apart from Frank Lampard, who's and we know why his name's being about, he's a big name, he's ex-England, he had a great career at Chelsea. He didn't do too bad in his first spell at Chelsea. I've seen the stats on Sky, I think it was yesterday lunchtime, I've seen some of his stats. He did quite well, but his second spell he didn't do so well. But then Chelsea is in a bit of a turmoil place when he took over last year. who would you like to see come in? Who would you like to see?
I think going down the route Claudio's just mentioned about a championship manager trying to nick him off another club. So we're thinking a manager who's at a current championship team. There's two managers that spring to mind. It's the West Brom manager. Well, my preference would actually be the Sheffield Wednesday manager, Danny Roll, in terms of managing at current championship clubs. Because look what Danny Roll's done for Sheffield Wednesday. Okay, they're not compared to where they were last season. It's night and day. They're really on the up, and that's probably largely because of him. So someone like him, I think, would be brilliant. And he's doing the head coach role there, so he's working that kind of different system. So Danny Roll would probably be my preference if it was another championship manager.
Yeah, I mean, Rich, my big worry here is if we take on Lampard, and I think I said this on Sunday, is that if we do take him on and it doesn't work out and we sack him, we're going to be paying him off for years because his agent is going to demand so much money in if he loses his job. That is a big worry, isn't it? Because we've seen it with Strachan. We were paying Strachan off over 10 years or something stupid. I mean, that's one of the big worries about having a big name, isn't it? Like Lampard. That's one of the worries, I think.
Yeah, you've got Lampard on a bit. Who he brings as well, Jody Morris, Lampard. If after 6 months for a year, and Lampard can afford to walk away, can't he? If it's a 2-year contract, he can afford to walk away. We're going to play Mark Robbins and Adi Vivas for the next 3 or 4 years. So you're right, we're going to into that turmoil. I agree about Sheffield Wednesday, the guy there. I think he is the head coach. He came to us. His tactics look good. So I think someone like him, and I think he can probably work in the Doug King model as he outlined last week, was it? About a month ago, wasn't it? I think last Monday he outlined sort of what he wanted. And if you're going to work with a sporting director, if it's Dean Austin, then you'll need someone like him. I think someone like Frank Lampard doesn't fit into the model that we've been explained that is going forward. John Eustace, I think name's been banded about the last 2 or 3 days. I think again he's local, captain of the club. I think he would be good. I think he's a tracksuit manager. I think he seems to be working that model as well at current championship sides.
Yeah, I mean, Vic, I love the way Rich has just said about John Eustace. My next question was going to be to you because you all talked about another championship manager. What about someone like Eustace? Because he could bring Fads back in the coaching staff, which is what we need. We need someone like Fads back again. Fads could come back as a coach. We could probably get Dom Hyam back through Eustace as well. I mean, would you welcome that one?
Yeah, I mean, I think I agree with the guys really that trying to get someone with that sort of championship experience, someone like Eustace, someone like Danny Roll, they're all good options, and for me, they're much better options than someone like Lampard. I think, like Claudio just said, it just feels very much now that if we go for Lampard, it is a bit of a lazy option. That we've seen what Sheffield Wednesday did with Danny Roll. They obviously found him for wherever, and so there's presumably other people like that out there. So the option is you try and poach somebody from the Championship. So one of those players, and arguably we can paint a picture that we've got better prospects than teams like Blackburn and Sheffield Wednesday because you can say, look, this is the journey we've been on. You can make an argument for that, can't you, and try and tempt those teams away. I think that's a reasonable assertion to make to those sorts of managers. But equally, there could be somebody similar to Danny Roll out there that just needs a chance. And again, I'd rather they were looking at that option than just going for a name because it's easy. So. Yeah, and you know how much I like John Eustace, so I'll never say no to that.
I don't think any of us would say no to that. I think it'd be a fantastic. I think that'd be a fantastic appointment for the club, because of what he could bring back to the club as well, which is key. And we all know he's done
a lot of work, hasn't he, building up his experience, like QPR assistant, so different clubs, different roles, all at this sort of level. So he's got the experience, hasn't he?
Yeah, and it fits into the mould, doesn't it? It fits into the mould as well. It really does. Go on, Claudia.
I was going to say that I feel we've got like a family kind of atmospheric club now, where we've all kind of united over the last 7 years. So it'd be nice to bring somebody. I know an old boy might not always pay off, but I think in the current climate, He's got to be careful. Someone like John Eustace could do that for us now. It's kind of like, okay, it's not Mark Robins, but we haven't strayed too far away, have we?
Yeah.
Frank Lampard is miles away. Even Rude. I mean, Rude would be great, but it'd be like ridiculous to have Rude, wouldn't it, at Coventry City at the minute? Yeah.
Well, I think it's probably explored Lampard to see how much would it cost. What would it come with the coaches? You know what I mean? To say I've actually looked at that route, and for now, it's not right for us.
Yeah,
I mean, it could be, in 3 or 4 years' time if we're in the promised land. But
have you heard that, Richard, just off the top of your head?
The thing for me though is that I was watching talking about Lampard on Sky, and it bugs me because it wasn't so much about Lampard for the Coventry job. It was more like, what happens if this doesn't work for Lampard? Yeah. What happens to Lampard after it and all this? And you're like, hold on a minute. This is Coventry City. We're talking about Coventry City, not talking about Lampard. Why are they taking it away from the club? For me, it's like Birmingham when they had Wayne Rooney. Sky always went, Wayne Rooney's Birmingham City. It's not Wayne Rooney's Birmingham City, or it's not Wayne Rooney's Plymouth Argyle now. It's Plymouth Argyle. And for me, if we bring in a name like Frank Lampard, we're going to become Frank Lampard's Coventry City. I ain't having that. That ain't right, is it?
With that, Miles, the only issue with that, though, is that as a football entity, we're much bigger than what Frank Lampard is. But Wayne Rooney was a lot bigger than what Birmingham City are.
Yeah, but this is what I'm saying though. It will become Frank Lampard's Coventry City because of the name. It's the name, isn't it? We'll be on Sky every week. We'll be on Sky every week. That'll be another thing. All the fixtures will get moved around because they go, oh, Frank Lampard's we've got to put Plymouth, both games of them on, Rooney and Frank Lampard together. And it'd be their pictures on the screen, not our badges. It'd be their faces, wouldn't it? Rooney, Frank Lampard.
I mean,
it's interesting. Sorry, Chris. It's just you mentioned about Plymouth and being on the tally. They're actually doing a documentary now, Plymouth Argyle, with Wayne Rooney.
There you go. See what I mean? Ain't enough for his wife being in the jungle, but he's got to get in on it as well.
But no,
there'll be a lot of grannies worried while she's in the jungle.
Yeah.
Right, now listen, let's get on some comments. Right, we've gone past the management now. That's it. We'll just have to wait and see what happens. Let's get on some comments and then we'll talk about this weekend's game.
All right. Paul Cuttiford, even though I'm still angry, but unlike many thousands, I've got to say thank you to Mark Robins today outside the cathedral, just as after his honorary doctorate was given to him, but only 5 City fans were there.
There you go. There's Paul. Yep. There's Paul and Mark Robins, and there's Clive Eakin from the BBC. I ain't saying any more. Just look at the picture.
Yeah. You could turn him upside down, stick him in a bucket of water, and mop the floor, couldn't you?
Easily. Yeah, easily do that, definitely. But well done, Paul. He messaged me this. He's been messaging me all week because my company, we've got a stand at Coventry this week. We're doing all the graduation hoodies and t-shirts, so we've got a stand there. And Will and I were meant to be doing that stand, but Will's got a week off. I've had to go in and do all the printing this week, but both of us were going to be doing that job, and we would have got to see him today. He would have come walking past our stand because our stand is near where he is. So fair play to Paul, made it out there in all the cold, and he got to see Dr. Mark Robins.
Yes. And also Paul says, how can a man who is not a football man interview people for a football manager's job? Your thoughts, please. Well, I think we've just covered that, haven't we? Yeah. Marshall Luddite, well done for going. Was the press at the event taking photos, Paul? We had some right hooky crap managers over the years. We all track some great names now due to higher profile. In some ways, I think it's quite good that we did stay away because it could have become a bit of a circus, couldn't it, really? I think it showed a bit more respect by letting him have his day because it was about, and he said it in his interview, didn't he, that it was about, him being honoured to have
one, though. His +1 was Dave Buddy.
Yeah. I saw.
So he took Dave.
Yeah, I saw
He
that
took
photo.
Dave Bodywich. I think that was part of Dave was part of the journey in his 7 years. So he didn't take his wife. He took Dave Body really, which I thought was brilliant. You know, to say,
forget the chance to listen to the interview on CWR. It's a really good interview with Mark Robins. And all the way through, I kept thinking, he's not our manager anymore. It just felt weird.
But he mentioned supporters, didn't he, Claudio? He mentioned supporters 10, 15 times. I think more times in the forum last week. I don't think it was mentioned. But Mark Robins must have mentioned supporters 10, 15, 20 times today.
Yeah.
Brilliant.
And he said he will at some time.
He will do.
I'd say something to the fans. So, Marshall and I, Paul Cutiford, CCFC is a business. If I'm honest, you need more than football knowledge for it to work. You need networks, contacts, and to enjoy the ride. CCFC is evolving. Where we go. Even all from Paul Hughes. Dave Granigan, he says, evening everyone. I hope everyone's good and welcome back, Miles. Good to see you, mate.
Thank you very much, David.
I'm not even sure he went to Jamaica. I reckon he's just having these backdrops behind him, pretending he was there. Just hiding.
Oh man, it was. Oh, listen, it's not a place to take kids. So go if you're a couple to Jamaica. It's brilliant.
Yeah, and also don't ring people up at midnight. Do video calls at midnight.
I forget the timings. You're always awake anyway. What are you on about?
I know it was. Cappy71, looking forward to travelling down as a Blade. We've got some injuries, but think we'll get the win. Hopefully you sacking MR works in our favour.
Probably will.
Glenn says Callum O'Hare can stick his sunglasses where the sun doesn't shine. Adam Tom says, very disappointed that the club tweeted its congratulations to Mark for the degree so late in the day. It stinks of PR. They clearly didn't want to mention it and add fuel to the backlash. It would have been in bad taste, wouldn't it, if they'd have done it beforehand, to be honest.
I know.
Doug Bolam, even all great, but slightly sad seeing MR today. On the plus side, really looking forward to the inevitable new Netflix documentary series, We Live and Die in These Towns, starring Frank Lampard. I'll tell you what, that'd be great, wouldn't it? It wouldn't it? We Live and Die in These Towns, all about Cov City.
Yeah, but not with Lampard.
No. Yeah, but it's only good if it's a tragedy. They don't, because all the ones in the Premier League that they do, the Arsenal and the Spurs one was good because it was a car crash, wasn't it? But the Man City one, the Juventus one, they're all too nice, aren't they? Because they're all successful. There's no pain, and people want to see pain, don't they? I'll watch the Plymouth one because you know it's going to be a car crash. That's why you want to watch it.
What I'm going to say on this is Sunderland Till I Die as a stick that has been used by me included many times over the years to beat Sunderland fans with. I don't want anything like this because it is a road to disaster and it's going to be something that could turn us into a laughing stock pretty quickly.
I tell you what, though, that is a great series. That is a brilliant series, though.
Well, I've made a few Wrexham fans from being on here, and when I got to meet them in person, we were talking about it, and they've been on the show, but they give these cameras to certain fans, and they're like GoPros on sticks, and they have to go to every game with these GoPros, and everyone just slates them. Everyone just gives them stick. Even the home fans give them stick for carrying these GoPros on the thing, and it's got Disney Plus stickers all over it and everything. So yeah, I'm with you, Chris. I don't if they do a documentary, I'd rather it be just like an hour and a half documentary about the rise of us from League Two up to the Premier League if we get there. That's what I would like. Just something, not a whole bloody series. Forget that. Nah.
Costa 51 says, seems strange all the talk of Lampard and still no appointment. And Glenn replied, it's so long-winded and boring now, which I think people are finding because they're thinking, I think we just expected it a bit quicker, but they're taking the time, aren't they?
I think that's what Vic's pointed out, didn't you, Vic? You said you're a bit fed up with it now. You just want them to get someone in, don't you?
Well, I suppose it's been worse because there's been no football either. So at least we're getting back to a match on Saturday, so that'll be better.
Well, we're getting back to the CBS. I don't know if it's going to be much of a match.
Peter Doolan, good evening. All think Saturday's game will be very tough ask. But if they play like the second half against Sunderland, then we might have a chance. Costa says, King knows he can't get this wrong. And also, we've got Wayne Littlewood. Good evening, all. Well, welcome back, our Jamaican bobsledding skipper.
I didn't have time to go in that cafe. They got one at the airport, and I didn't have time to go in because it was final call for our plane by the time I got through duty free.
Graham Cockrell, he'd rather have Ruud van Nistelrooy. He has 10 years' experience as a manager across Europe, but what do I know? Mark Packham, good evening all. I read Mark Robins' speech after his award at Coventry University. What a fantastic man and manager he was. I've got to be honest, I cried. And he's not walking away, is he? Sounds like he wants to come back, the way he was talking.
Apparently he's getting the sacking has lit a spark or something.
Yeah. And Marshall Luddite, did anyone listen to the BBC podcast Everton? Nothing will be the same. Frank was sacked by episode 3, but the players spoke well of him.
No, I haven't listened to that at all.
Adrian X says, I'm thinking it would be Lampard with AD coming back to assist him. This will give the fans a bit of comfort on the change not being that drastic.
Do you know what? You could get Eustace and AD.
Well, I don't think that would happen.
You don't know.
Do you not think getting Vivas back though, like given what Doug alluded to in his forum, wouldn't that be like another slap in the face to Mark Robins though? It'd be a bit. I don't know. I think they should just both be left now. It's.
You just don't know, do you? You don't know what's going to happen. Right. Should we have a chat then about Saturday's game?
Can I just do 2 more, Miles?
Go on,
Go on. Lee Beckett says Carlos Corberan, and Wayne Littlewood says, gutted if we get Lampard, as really don't think it would be any good. Replacing MR to Lampard is like trading Margot Robbie for Susan Boyle. Yeah, but Susan Boyle, she can sing, can't she? So come on.
Yeah, sing. Fair play to her. Fair play to her. Right, let's get on to Saturday's game. Now I'm going to come to Rich first on this because you've had close connections with the players, and there's 2 players in particular coming back this weekend, as we all know, and you know them very well. I know one of them quite well, not as well as you do, but I know one of them quite well. Hamer and O'Hare. Now, what sort of character are they going to be this week? Are they both going to be up for it, or are they both going to be sort of, I'm not really up for this one? What do you think?
I think Gus will be. I think Gus will come in and be his normal self. Callum might be a bit emotional about it. I think because he was there a bit longer, League One, probably left in different circumstances to Gus. But I think Gus has made that way where he'll come and he'll play his game on Saturday, Gus, and then he'll just be in the in Leamington afterwards, running for a drink.
Yeah.
But I think Gus will come in, and I think Callum, has he been starting for them, or has he been coming off, hasn't he? Hasn't been like sort of 60 minutes. So I don't know if they might not start him, Callum. I can see them not starting Callum on Saturday probably and bringing him on. But I think Gus will be strong, his normal self. Gus might go the other way with his going heavy-footed. You know what I mean? Tackling and get booked early on. That's what you want. If I'm being honest. But I think they're both looking forward to it. Probably a bit worried about. I think Cal's probably more worried about the reception he's going to get. But I think doing the glasses thing has sort of created that, hasn't it? So,
yeah. For me, I think that sort of quite hurt a bit because that was a moment for Coventry City fans, wasn't it? At Birmingham, the way we pulled it back at Birmingham, and it was a Cov City versus Birmingham thing, and then they've gone and do it. But I mean, I was angry at the time when he left. I thought he should have gave Coventry City another year for looking after him.
I think they both would have wanted to stay. I think they both would have wanted to stay if the money was right. And
Yeah.
whose fault that was, like you
No
say.
one.
But I think they both wanted to stay. Unlike
Yeah.
Vic, I think Vic had said, "I'm going," and that's it. But I think Callum and Gus, if both sides could have agreed it, I think they'd have stayed. But they didn't stay. They've moved on, and that's it now, isn't it? It's get on with it really. And we've also got Sam. You also got Sam McCullum coming back as well.
I know. I was going to say we got Sam McCullum coming back.
Sam did well for us, and also Sam, we got £3 million for him when he went to Norwich. So we signed him from non-league at where he was down in Kent Herne Bay for nothing, and sold him for £3 million. And I always thought Sam was a good player for us, you know what I mean? And especially in the when we won the league. So I don't know if he's starting either. I think he's been sub and coming on. So hopefully he'll be able to.
He scored that cracking goal. He scored that cracking goal at St Andrews, didn't he? That was it against Stoke? Was it?
Yeah.
I mean, it was a cracking goal, wasn't it?
Yeah.
I mean, it was absolutely superb. I mean, going into this game though, do you believe the players could do an upset here, Rich?
Yeah, I think so. I think they've had the international break. They're back in this week. I think that the second half against Sunderland will give them so much confidence. I think if we'd have, gone on to lose Sunderland 4-0, but actually coming back and getting a draw, they will take that forward into this game. And depending, I'd play the same. I don't even talk about it yet. I'd play the same team that finished that game. I think Sakamoto came on for, but I'd certainly start Collins in goal because I think he earned the right. Starting goal. Difference. We can talk about goalkeepers all night, can't we? Really, but I think Wright will be out, so the Sims will start up front. So I'd start the same team that finished because they've earned that. And Reece Carr changed it at half time. So in one thing, he's earned that right as well to manage them on Saturday.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I think Bissett. I think this is a time for Bissett to shine. I think this is his time to grab it now and take it and run with it, however long Wright's out for. But you know what, Rich? I think we need Hamer to do a cognac.
Yeah.
That's what we need him to do. Yeah. Give us a penalty and get sent off.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I think Shefo will be up for it. I think Shefo will be looking forward to it on Saturday if he, against Hamer. I think that would be an interesting battle.
Yeah, it's going to be cracking, and it's going to be cracking. And it's on the telly, Chris. I mean, it's live on Sky TV, without Frank Lampard in charge. So we're on Sky, main game. What are you expecting from this weekend, mate?
I gotta be honest. I don't have high hopes for it because Wednesday. Oh God! Sheffield United fans having my guts for garters. Sheffield United, they're really on a good run of form at the minute. So it'd be great result if we would get a draw or a win. Either or, because I'm not expecting either. I am expecting a Sheffield United win. I just hope it's not a mauling, to be honest. And I hope we can carry on what we did so unexpectedly against Sunderland. So you never know. We're in the same situation 2 seasons ago when they got promoted. They came here on Legends Day. I was expecting them to beat us. We ended up beating them 4-1. So you never know. I was just going to shake up. I do think it'll be interesting to see how the two lads are received. Hamer will get a hero's welcome. Whether unfairly or fairly or however one you judge this, I think O'Hare will be mixed at best because of the sunglasses thing and because of the interview where he was horribly misquoted in his defence, and he was. With his comments that seemed to really disrespect the club, but that's a worry. But they should both be received back warmly, in my opinion. They did a lot of good for us.
Yeah, I mean, as I said earlier, I was very angry when he didn't give us another year. Obviously, Rich says it was probably down to money, things like that. I think he should have honoured another year after looking after him for a year without kicking a ball virtually.
Yeah,
I think that was probably the least that he could have done for us as a club. But it is football, and you never know. All he's got to do is go. He's only got to go out there again and do his knee, and that's it. He's finished. Look at Jody Jones, got 3 ACLs, broken his leg now. So, that could happen to O'Hare. And, I was angry at the time. I'm over it now. I'm all right. And I'll give him a nice warm welcome tomorrow because he was a fantastic player for us. And he achieved so much for Coventry City. Plus, Hamer, all the respect in the world for Hamer, absolutely superb. And Sam McCallum. I mean, Sam McCallum, I thought he was cracking. And you know what? Sam McCallum was at the under-21s cup final last year at Walsall. I don't know if anyone went to that. There was the cup final there, and Sam McCallum was there, and he was sat in front of us. And I went up to him and I went, "You're going to sign back for us?" and all that, just having a laugh with him.
He goes out to go for rugby. So
yeah, that's it. Yeah, I met his mum. I met her mum and dad on the bus once on the way back from. I can't remember where it was. I was coming back from an away game, and they were on the bus. We were chatting about it, but they had been together a long time, hadn't they? Yeah, been together a long time.
I do find it strange though, with him being on a free, that we didn't actually make an attempt in this summer, because we could have used another fullback. And he seemed to fit the certain profile that Doug would like. He was still young enough that he might have been able to drive a sell-on fee, So it's really strange that we didn't go and try and pick him up. And he's gone to...
But wages.
Yeah.
Big wages.
Wages again.
I think we looked at him. I think he'd have come back. I think he'd have come back to us. But I think he went to Sheffield United and...
It's the wages, isn't it? When you've got teams that come down from the Premier League, and we're off, let's say we're offering them 14 grand a week. A Premier League side gets relegated, they can double it, can't they? And you're going to be mad not to go, to be honest. Rich touched on it. Goalkeepers. I don't know if Ben's fit. Hopefully he's fit. Hopefully he's
I don't think he is. I think
he's back. Dovin's hopefully fit. Who would you play? Who is he? Oh, Dovin.
So in terms of you cut out a bit there. So I'm sure you asked me who I'd put in on Saturday, and I agree with Rich that absolutely. I think Collins has earned the right to start again. And at this stage, I've been very critical of Dovin this season. And I still think Ben Wilson's been a better keeper when he's played this season than Dovin. And my thoughts haven't changed. I don't buy into this, you've got to give him time because he's young. No, we haven't got time for that. We need to be good now. Not good in a few years' time or a few months' time. We need to be good now, picking results. And if he's playing, he needs to contribute. You can't be, he's young, give him time. And he has made mistakes. But no, for me, Collins, he's earned the right to start, even if Wilson is fit. And you have to stick with that, really.
Yeah. Vic, I come to you. We don't want to end up in a situation that we were in against Sunderland with 2 reserve goalkeepers on the bench, do we, this weekend?
No. I mean, hopefully the international breaks helped everybody, with niggling injuries, so we'll be in a better position, hopefully.
Yeah. And what sort of team do you want to see us put out this weekend against Sheffield United?
I'd agree with Rich, really. I think the team that finished at Sunderland did enough in that second half to be given a chance to carry on Saturday. And I mean, we haven't got loads of options, have we? Because especially now, White's going to be out. So I think going with that is a fair choice.
And what about your favourite player, Sims? Do you reckon he's going to bag a goal for us this weekend?
Hat-trick, I reckon.
Wait for all the messages to come in now. You got no chance. And then, I mean, O'Hare, Sam, and obviously Hamer. I mean, do you think they're going to get a warm welcome?
Well, there'll be some that won't. I mean, that's the trouble, isn't it, with football? I think the majority will all recognise what they've done. The majority will recognise the contribution that all have given to the club on our climb up the league. So they've all contributed to where we are now, and the majority will see that, won't they? But you've always got to get a few. But I mean, you just can't stop it, can you? Because you're in an open space and people will voice their views, and sadly, some people are more negative than others. But hopefully the majority will give them a warm welcome before the game, and then we can just get on with supporting our boys during the game, can't we?
Yeah, and I mean, I think, what do you think the home atmosphere is going to be like? Because this is the first home game without Emma in the box. Do you think it's going to be flat, or do you think we're going to be up for it? Because it is an early kickoff as well, and sometimes
it's
early
a weird
kickoff
one, isn't it? Yeah.
be a bit,
I mean, so I think really that's what the players need to come out quite quickly, don't they, to try and just stop any sort of negativity creeping in. Because, like you said, early kickoffs can be a bit quiet. It's going to be a bit weird generally. I mean, it's just a bit of a strange time, isn't it? We've had no football for a couple of weeks with the international break. We've got to get used to Mark Roberts not being in the dugout. We haven't got a new manager yet, so we don't really know what's going on. It's all just a little bit odd. So, I mean, hopefully, just very much like the Sunday of the game, the fans got behind the players and recognised that they needed the support, and hopefully the majority will do that again on Saturday, because it must be odd for the players as well, mustn't it? It's not just odd for fans, it's odd for the players as well. So I think, and that was one of the things that Mark Robbins said in his interview, didn't he, today, that's about you can't do anything without the fans, and that's what we need to be there for on Saturday, isn't it? And get behind the players. And I mean, I've seen Sheffield United quite a lot this season. I don't know why. I seem to have seen them more than, other than Coventry. I think they're the second team I've seen the most for some. I've seen those of their matches this season, and they're a strange team, because sometimes they look like absolute world beaters, but they've definitely got vulnerabilities. In certain games, they look like you could have a go at them defensively. In other games, they look like they're never going to score. So if we play to our best and sort of try and play on some of their vulnerabilities, I think there's a result to be had there, but we just need to turn up, and so that's all I'm hoping for, really.
Yeah, I'm exactly the same as you, to be honest, Vic. I just hope the players can just lift the atmosphere for us and really come out the guns blazing, and go straight for the jugular, straight from kickoff. And we know that we can do that because we've done it quite a few times, haven't we, this season? Claudio, Tavares got a run out, I think, yesterday, was it, for the under-21s? Kai Andrews, we were all talking about where our players are coming through the academy. Kai Andrews scored 2 goals this week for Wales. Is this a chance for those two to cement a place back on the bench? Because obviously we had 2 goalkeepers on the bench 2 weeks ago. Do you think this is a case for them to be able to get a place on the bench?
We may not have any choice, Miles. I don't know what Tavares has to do to get a game at times, because I think there's been games this season where he's been on the benches, not had a look in. That was the same last season. These players, apart from those 2, they're all playing for a new manager or head coach that hasn't turned up yet. So if there'll be whoever's they've got in mind, or whoever wants the job will be watching our club at the minute, and they'll be looking at players, won't they, already? What could happen when they come in? So they've all got to step up, really, because they're all playing for their place, their futures. There's a lot of players who could be come next summer with a year left in their contract, might be getting sold off. So they've got to sort themselves out. Tavares is one of them. If he comes in, he's got to do something. Kai Andrews looks quite useful. The bits I've seen of him, especially he's come on a couple of times last season, didn't he, towards the back end? I think he's all right. We need to play these players. Does my head in that we don't give the academy players a chance at all. Other clubs, they seem to play them. We seem so reluctant.
Well, this is one thing. If you bring in Eustace, or he might bring in the youth players. He might bring them through. There was also someone else in my mind who would bring youth team players through. Oh yeah, it was Lampard, wasn't it? He brings the youth team players through as well. So you just never know what might happen. Anything can happen with those lads out there. They have got a place to fight for. I mean, it was a proud moment for Bissett this week. He stepped out on the pitch, come on as sub for Belgium. Will was telling me he was getting some stick online, Bissett, saying, why has he been called up for the first team and all this? Like, he hasn't scored for Coventry. They got all their stats wrong. They said he's played something like 50-odd games for Cov and hasn't scored. I'm like, hold on a minute. He ain't played that many.
Vic didn't score, did he, for 10 games? I think when Vic first came, he did score for 7 or 10 games.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah, this is it, isn't it? And I mean, it's a proud moment for Bissett. I believe this is his chance, isn't it?
Yeah. Oh, most definitely. And if Sims isn't fully fit, then play the two small lads up front if that's the case. But I think go with the two forwards up front. I'll tell you how you get the crowd on side Saturday. If Callum or Hamer's playing, don't want to hurt them, but someone's got to hit them harder in the first 2 or 3 minutes, and it'd be amazing how the crowd will be on their feet. I'm sorry, that's the name of the game. That's how you do it. You know, you got to get the crowd.
That's why I think he might have played Latty on Saturday. I think Latty has got that in him. Yeah. You know what I mean?
I don't want to see. Sorry, Rich. I don't want to see the Gus Hamer show on Saturday.
No.
You know what I mean? We've got a stamp on him, and if Callum's playing, the same with him as well.
We don't want. You don't want to see Gus scoring from 25 yards, do you? Either. No. You know, as soon as he got the ball, just close him down. And if he scores from 25 yards.
So, Rich, do you think Latabodier is going to play in midfield then, just behind?
I don't know. As I said that, I thought you would have come back because he played. I don't think midfield is the best position, but I also think that when he's on the pitch, he's a voice, and he's like he gets on their ankles and tackles. You know, it's unfortunate because what's his best position? He's probably will he play a back three again? You know, I don't know what he'll do and put Latty in the middle. I'd play him for his aggression, really, and he's talking, and just to be able to get the team going. Yeah,
he is very vocal, isn't he? He really is. That's the thing I like about Ben as well, though. Ben Wilson is very vocal, and I noticed while I was away, was it the Middlesbrough game or the Dub? Who was in goal at Middlesbrough? It was Dovin, wasn't it? I've seen some of the highlights, and Dovin was shouting at the back line. He was finally shouting at them, and really sort of I noticed that he was doing it, and he's not done that all season. And I kept saying, is it because he's new to the club? He doesn't feel that he's got the right to shout at them, but against Middlesbrough, he was doing that. I noticed on the highlights that I seen, which was good. Let's get some comments then before we move on. We'll get some scores after comments.
I've skipped quite a few. It's all about who's coming as manager. Okay. But this is Sean Lewis. In my opinion, the appointment is being delayed till next week. So Lampard's first game will be an easier game against Cardiff.
Not an easy game.
And
also, it'd be very Coventry-esque, wouldn't it, to win 2 games in a row against United and Burnley, bring a new manager and then lose to Cardiff. I mean, that would be just so worse, wouldn't it? So you can't ever do that.
Even worse than that, I'm bringing 2 friends. They're coming over all the way from Cardiff. They'll be coming with me, and every time I do this, we lose. So I don't know why I'm doing it every time.
You know what to do. Then don't do it.
Yeah, I might show them where the bus stop is. Say, make your own way from my house. Phil Taylor, don't worry. No one is doing a series on Cov. Why not, Phil? Come on. Nice to see MR today. Seemed in good spirits. Can see Hamer scoring for sure. Put your mortgage on that.
God, I don't think I'd do that. I didn't do very well at the races last week.
It's been a bit more volatile this season, Hamer. Like he got his 5 bookings in his match ban quite early on, didn't he? And in the few games I've seen, he's a bit more niggly again this season. So I reckon someone goes in early and winds him up. We could definitely put him off his game a bit with a bit of just mind games there.
Dan agrees with Sean. He thinks Reece Carr's going to get the 2 easy games. Well, not the 2 harder games, and give the new manager the easy game. Colin Bradfield says, Gus is going to get a great reception from the fans, not so much for O'Hare. I won't clap either. I'm just not bothered. They've gone, I'm definitely not going to make them feel welcome, that's for sure.
I'll give Hamer a big hug if I see him.
Well, that's different after the game.
You might be in a fizzy moon.
I'll give him a hug and a kiss if he loses his head and gets sent off.
Yeah.
I'm DJing Saturday night, Rich. I won't make it.
Oh, yeah.
Gavin Collins has written an essay here. Bear with me. What is the hold-up with Lampard? Reported everywhere he's nailed on, still not in, despite not being attached to any club. Needs to be sorted ASAP. If we're still to have a chance of salvaging our season, can't afford to let games drift by otherwise DK's sacking of MR would prove pointless unless this was his agenda all along. That's what a lot of people feel, don't they? That it's something that was in Doug's mind all along when he came in. Dawn Cook, I'm really hoping that the fans don't boo anyone on Saturday. Callum Gus gave us some amazing memories, and we need to remember that. Plus, it could backfire on us. Even if you don't do it, still backfires on. Always does, isn't it? Stone, Gus has probably spent more time at CBS since leaving than I have. I imagine both he and O'Hare will be on form. Will be very difficult to manage them. You might get Hamer up in the box. I mean, did I mention the box then? Yeah, we're all in there. Hopefully we're gonna do something before and after. You never know if we can set it up.
I'm not there because I'm keeping it real.
Yeah, keeping it real. Yeah.
I'm only going because it's warm.
Wayne Littlewood can't see us getting anything Saturday. They're flying and we are faltering. Bassett needs to get a goal and fast. Hopefully, Saturday will be it.
Well, I sit in front of the board, in front of the director's box. So if anyone in there, I'll send you a photo.
Yeah. Nice.
Please do. Yeah.
I'll wave me sandwiches at you, Rich.
Yeah.
Make sure prawn doesn't drop on your head. It's not good.
Yeah.
Taylor, Sakamoto has to start. He makes such a difference. He did, didn't he? If Sakamoto's on form, we can win games. If he's on form, you need your white players. The way we play, if their white players are on form, I mean, Mason Clark could come in. Rodney Ty, don't want Frank Lampard. Wanted Rude. We don't want to be like Watford. King has to get it right. Matthew Stone, players not celebrating scoring a goal is weird. I wouldn't begrudge either. Yeah, I mean, I don't like that. If they score, then celebrate.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm quite happy with that. Sheffield United have only won once in the last 9 games at the CBS. Good stat, Glenn. I was looking at the stats, actually. We're equal throughout. Yeah, we've won as many as lost as many, and of course, drawn the same, because, of course, if you're going to draw the same, aren't you, if you're playing each other? Mark Rainbow, I'm intending to give them a polite clap, then get on with the job, or supporting the City or Saturday.
Claudio, can I just put this one up?
Go on.
Ready, Vic? Sims hat trick. It's not April the 1st, Vicky.
Why were you?
Hey, he got a couple last season, didn't he?
Yeah. What about you again?
Yeah. What's he on about, Wayne? Shut up. Sorry, Claudia, carry on.
Mark Chapman reckons we could take Doug King out on the razzle, get him to pull out his wallet and buy Victor Gyökeres back from Portugal. Can't take more than that.
I think he's going to be going for about 150 million. Everyone's on about he's going to be a shock transfer. Doug
Boland, we were $5,000 a week off United's offer to O'Hare. Should have matched it, give him a 2-year contract, sell him after a year instead of him going on a free money recoup simples. Realms of possibility says I'd like to see Kai Andrews get a start.
It's easy to talk about money when it ain't yours, isn't it?
Yeah. Tell me, kids.
It's only $5,000 a week extra. Yeah, I'll just.
It's funny.
You know what I mean?
It's funny with my kids. It's only now they've left home that they realise there is stuff in the fridge they can eat. You know, it's surprising, isn't it?
Exactly. Yeah, it's surprising. I know. You want to like? I left Will. We went shopping before I went away. Right, nearly 3/4 of that food still in the freezer.
Yeah.
What?
Matthew Stone, a keeper's got to be able to communicate and know his back line. Doven Will's having a big potential. Probably should never have been thrown in. It's not like Wilson wasn't a known quantity. Yeah, I mean, it was strange with Dovin because the fact he was thrown in, I thought it was going to be some sort of superhero goalkeeper, and you can see he's quite tentative. You can see he's still learning.
I'll tell you a funny story.
We've made some
on
Go on, Rich.
on
Sorry.
Sunday.
Richard's going to tell us a story.
Funny story. On Sunday, we came back from Stockholm. We were at the airport of Stockholm, and we were with Marshy, the kit man. We heard this person shouting, "Marshy, Marshy," and it was Dovin just getting out of a taxi. But it was about 4 taxis behind us. And I didn't think you could shout. He come running up and shouting. I said, "Bloody hell, I didn't know you could shout." I don't think you got it. I was about 5 pints in, by the way. We all look round. Bloody hell.
Shouting.
He's on a different flight to us, though. His girlfriend was on the same flight, but he was on a different flight. I didn't ask. I just heard him shouting, "Marshy, Marshy." And I was like, what?
That's brilliant. I love it.
So
You're throwing Claudio off now, Rich.
Sorry, mate. Sorry. I was going to wait to bring that in, but you came up with it.
Don't you come on here with your funny stories?
All right, sorry, mate. Sorry.
Cooper Bros Racing, Bro Racing. O'Hare will not get a warm welcome, and then he's called him a few names after that. Someone said he's obviously not a fan of O'Hare. Michael Luddite. Forget betting on the manager. Let's all bet if we see Rafa Rodriguez this season.
He played for the under-21s.
And according to Jamie Allen, that there's football the other night, I'm sure he said he's only about a week away from coming back. Is that right, Rich?
Jamie?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think it'd be about a couple of weeks. Yeah, I think on the grass. The grass as such.
Hold on a minute.
He's on there next week.
Hold on a minute. How do we get from Rodriguez to Jamie Allen?
I don't know.
Oh, because of him training.
Yeah, but hold on a minute. We were talking about Rodriguez playing for the under-21s, and you goes, "Oh, he's back on the grass, isn't he?" And Jamie Allen, how'd you get fucked? Seriously?
That's how things move so fast in football nowadays. Miles, that's how it happens.
Nice. Unbelievable. I'll tell you what, it's like sitting next to my family in the living room. That is, you talk about one thing that goes on to a different subject before you've even caught up.
My wife says that to me all the time. I'll say something. She goes, "I have no idea what you're talking about." I said, "Oh, sorry. I've had that conversation in my head with you."
And you still said no.
Yes. Wayne Littlewood, he's cheery tonight. Wayne is. Tavares just not good enough. Been a complete waste of wages. How he's still with us amazes me when we don't play him.
Right, that's it. Don't read any more of his comments out tonight. I've had enough of him already. I'm happy.
To be fair,
he's mood.
He's commenting that much. He's going to end up with carpal tunnel syndrome.
Oh, what is wrong with that man? Go out for a run, Wayne. Go and stress it out on the bloody road.
Dan reckons Doug needs to allow loans for the new head coach. Frank Wood says, 100% agree with Claudio. Every player is playing for their future on Saturday. Matthew Stone, I'd play 4-5-1 or 3-5-2, pack out the midfield, try to give Gus and Callum nothing. Agree with Claudio. Big hit early doors would get the crowd on side. Hopefully Hamer gets a trademark yellow card in the first 20 minutes. That's Mark Rainbow. Stumbling block, says Covandy, for the new bloke appointing a new head coach. He's not wanting loans. That's true. Mark Rainbow. Here we go then. Would you play Rodoni wide left?
No.
I'd play Sakamoto there, I think. I'd play Sakamoto wide left before Rodoni. He played wide left in the second half at Sunderland when he took De Silva off. He brought Sakamoto on and put him wide left. I know we were 2-0 down. But if you've got Kitchen behind him or Binks, you've got defensive cover, haven't you?
Do you think it's a bit of a gamble? I think this is going to be a very rough and tumble game Saturday. think it's going to be a bit much for Sakamoto to start that game? Do you think they'll aim for him? Because every team lately, when he's come on the pitch, teams have gone, right, go for him.
Yeah, but I think we've had a problem all year. We've got 15 different teams out of 16, haven't we, or something? Selection.
Yeah,
it's consistency, isn't it? You know what I mean? We haven't hit anything, have we, at the moment?
No.
Neither any of us know what our first 11 is. You know, I mean, like you say, who do you play wide left? Rodoni, Sakamoto. Do you play Mason Clark there? You know, it's. I think it's going to take us 4 or 5 games to work out. Whoever the new coach is has got to come in really and say, right, that's my team for 4 or 5 games and go with it.
Yeah. I just worry on Sakamoto getting hurt
you're
again.
Right, you're right. Yeah.
You know what I mean? Because it's going to be. I think it's going to be that sort of game. But then again, if you play Tats on the right, that's attacking Sam McCallum on the left, and that could push Sam McCallum back because he'll feel threatened by.
I think they play Burrows, don't they, from Peterborough, the guy that we were going to sign.
Yeah.
Don't they play him? He's in there, isn't he? Yeah.
To be said,
But you're still right.
Yeah, with that said though, Miles, like these special players or players we consider to be special, how useful are they actually to us if we can't play them in games?
Right. So, I mean, you've got to play them.
Yeah, but you got to manage it, haven't you? You got to manage it. Like, and I always go back to this. I'll always go back to the Preston game last season. As soon as they seen that team sheet and De Silva was playing, all they did was go down.
Yeah.
Right, and they went straight forward. De Silva, high ball over the top. Their goals came from exactly the same place, came from straight over the top, over De Silva because they know he can't get to it, and they scored. And I think you've got to sort of man manage. You've got to manage the game. And I love Sakamoto. He's a talent, but I think you've got to. I know we've got to play these players, but you've got to pick the right time to play them in that sort of game. If you start him off and let's say you start him off and it starts off being a rough and tumble game and there's tackles flying in left, right and centre, he could get hurt. And you don't need that to go in. He could be out for a season. Where if you bring him in at second half or whatever, bring him on as a sub, knowing how the game's going, that he could impact it in the second half. Let's say it's 0-0 with 20 minutes to go. And you go, right, this isn't a rough and tumble game. There's 20 minutes to go, 0-0. We can nick this. Right, Sakamoto on the pitch, use your pace. That's what I'm trying to say. You got to manage it in a way that you think. I know what you're saying because you got to play these players, but you got to manage it because look what happened to him last season. He did his back. That was it, wasn't it? And he got took out.
That was a nasty challenge, though.
Yeah, he got injured this year, didn't he? He got injured by Callum Dore, didn't he? This year against Norwich. So
that's right.
Yeah.
So it's and that's the sort of thing you got to look at in the game, isn't it? You got to look at it in that sort of way, and whoever's in charge will look at it in that way because you can't afford to lose them for 12 months or 8 months. Like, I
still think we're 2 or 3 players under strength. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I still think you need, and Doug King saying it's the strongest debt, whatever you want to call it. I still think we're 2 or 3 players, light on being a real strong squad. Hopefully in January it rectifies it.
Well, we've been saying it.
The thing is, Rich, it is right in some ways, isn't it? Like if you look at the teams we've had, it is stronger than where we were like when Mark Roberts came in and put. So we're getting back to our strongest ever championship team, but it's still not as strong as it needs to be. So there's 2 different things there, isn't there? So he's probably not wrong in his statement that it's the strongest it's been. He's just not right if he thinks that's strong enough.
I still
think the playoff team was the strongest.
Yeah.
I know it's loans, but the playoff. I don't think there's many players. How many of this team were getting that playoff team?
I go back to August. Selling Palmer for me was a massive mistake, and it's not about Palmer the player because he was inconsistent. It's the type of player, the creativity. We don't have that creative attacking number 10 in our squad anymore. Rodoni is not here. He's better suited further back.
So that number 10 point to lose O'Hare and Palmer in the same summer was catastrophic to our chances of being anything effective this season.
It's poor recruitment, really, because they must be thinking, oh, Hamer is going to go. We should really be putting the feelers out now. Who are we going to bring in? Because the chance is he's going. We were too slow. Yeah. It's almost like, oh, he's gone. No, look, let's see what we get first before we start looking. We should. I mean, they may have been looking beforehand, but they weren't looking for the right player. Gus has got so many good attributes to his game. He can carry the ball, he can pass the ball, he can shoot, he gets stuck in. That's an all-round midfielder. That's a which we haven't got in our squad. So we let him go, and we didn't really look around to bring somebody in similar. Even 3 out of 4 would have done, wouldn't it? You can't get all 4. That costs you 15 million, doesn't it? And I just feel we just, like Chris was saying, it was poor. I mean, it's great having the money, but it's not going to get you at the table, is it? If you don't get the players.
Not if it's not spent correctly. No, it's not going to get you anywhere.
Well, you're going to get one chance, though. You get one chance of that money, really.
Yeah.
I just want to bring a comment up. Paul Stratton's gone. Does Miles know anything? Talks absolute drive. It would help if you spelt my name right first, Paul. There you go.
Oh, all right. He's giving you a compliment. I reckon you've improved, Miles.
Right. Okay, let's go to our next subject then. That's enough about Sheffield. Oh no, let's do scores. Scores.
4.
4 all?
No.
Who's going 4 all? Victoria.
Well, just to annoy Wayne, because I'm going to stick with my thing now that Simmons is going to get a hat trick. So we have to score 3 goals. I'm going to say 3-1 to Coventry.
3-1.
Simmons hat trick, Wayne.
Okay, Chris.
Hopefully, I'm going to say I think Cov 2-1 win after a Hamer red card.
2-1.
Yeah, I said 2-1 Cov win with a Hamer red card. I was a bit worried. I said my prediction, and everyone just went really quiet. And I was like, "Oh, I know it's a bad one."
Claudio.
I think we're going to get battered.
Look, I love the positivity.
And there'll be cries from the stands of "We want Robbins back." Ducking out. It's all going to happen on Saturday, I think. I think we'll win 2-0.
Okay.
We're going to be Coventry win 2-0, aren't we?
Draw 1-1.
1-1. Okay. You've gone for my score there. Right. I'm going to go then. If you say 1-1, I can't match it. So I'll go 2-2. 2-2. Why not? Right.
Did I think we're going to keep a clean sheet? That's not going to happen, is it? Just a thought then.
Definitely not. Definitely not. Right then, let's crack on. Rich, tell us about your adventures this week. We've got some pictures, so tell us a little bit about what you've been up to, and I'll bring up the pictures.
Oh, Sweden, yeah, Stockholm. History. So it's Vic. I knew Vic when he first came to the club because he was, as you might know, I got involved with helping players where they lived, or the whole thing really. So he was big friends with Leo Ostergaard. So him and Leo were at Brighton and then San Paulo. So Leo was living down in Leamington, then Vic came, so we organised it. But his family came across quite a lot. So when they came across, I used to look after them, get them tickets or whatever. So got to know his mum and dad really well, and obviously Vic as well. So we went out last year to Lisbon. They played their cup final, so they invited us out, got us tickets, and went. And they said, "Oh, you must come to a Sweden game." So we went out on Friday. Yes, that's Vic. He did wave to us actually. He's not there, but we went out on Friday, and then his mum and dad took us around the sites of Stockholm. That's his mum. That's his mum and dad. Tell us his which kind, hopefully. And his dad is brilliant. His dad is got to know him after 2 or 3 years now, and he was his coach actually when he was 7, 8, or 9, and he's brilliant. So, but they're quite dedicated. Like he wouldn't let his phone. eating the right stuff from when he was 11 or 12. And they go to Lisbon quite a lot to watch him. But his dad's dead nervous. So it was a 8:45 kickoff, which was quite hard for us because obviously we'd started drinking about 11 o'clock, 12 o'clock. So that's me. But that's actually the goalkeeper from Stoke behind us.
Yeah.
So we know him as well because he used to come to games. He's quite big friends with Vic. So after the game, Vic came out and had 20 minutes with us. But they were playing on Tuesday, so they had to be off quite quickly. So we couldn't meet him outside of the game. So he just came up and they're my three lads. And that's Marshy, the kit man. I think Johannes was trying to get in the photo there, but we said no. You can see there. So that's Marshy's lad and my three lads. So yeah, and they got to know him as well. With the green jacket on.
Yeah, he looks like him, doesn't he?
Yeah. He works for the Sky Blues in the community.
Oh, does he?
So yeah. So and he scored after about 4 minutes, Vic, which is brilliant. And but he was outstanding, Vic. I'll tell you, the other player who was outstanding was Yazin, who was on loan for us. He was absolutely, honestly, we could not believe it. He was tackling. He was outstanding.
Yeah, Ayari. See, that bloke's right. He looked like a drivel.
He was. Honestly, he was outstanding. So yeah. Vic, you realised how good Vic was. You know what I mean? The ball's going down the channels, and he was he was brilliant. He was brilliant, and he had a couple of chances. 32,000 there, so it was full. But even going in his mum and dad, there's no like special entrance. You're all queuing up in this sort of, thousands all going in, and you've got Victor Gokres' sort of mum and dad there with you going in, really. But we were singing the songs, all Vic songs. So, and they're all, one of my lads had a Coventry City shirt on. So that was good because they were coming up to us and thanking us, really, for making the player he was. So, and then we came back on the Sunday. As I said, it was hilarious seeing Dovin. It was absolutely. we were laughing for about an hour afterwards because it was good. But no, it was good.
And Vic scored 4 goals, didn't he?
He scored 4. Yeah, I spoke to him.
Tuesday.
I spoke to him yesterday, and I said we went to the wrong game. He said not really. He said because it was only half full, the stadium. I think it was only about 12,000 people there. Yeah, he scored. I mean, he's honestly, he is a monster. Every time the ball came to him, he just got his body there, and he's a proper centre forward. Yeah. I've not seen him play. Last year we played at Lisbon. He was injured. He was injured halfway through the game, so you didn't really sort of see him or how you remembered him. And no, he's a great guy, and his parents are brilliant. So we've got to know him really well, and they've got Arsenal, haven't they? Sporting next week or the week after. So we're trying to get out there but they play like on a Tuesday night or a Sunday. So we're just trying to get out there again to see them. Yeah, no, it was a worthwhile trip, and Marshy. If you know Marshy the kit man, he's quite hilarious. He's quite good fun for a couple of days. So the flights were good. So.
I met his dad at Middlesbrough playoffs.
Yeah. We went up with him. We took him up. If you remember, one of the lads drove him up there and drove him back. So he came back to ours. Yeah, his dad's brilliant. He's brilliant. He looks straight. So he was with
he was with his best mate.
Yeah. Ruben. Ruben was there on.
Ruben
was there. Ruben. Yeah. He was there on Sunday, so I know Ruben quite well. Yeah, Ruben played with Vic all the way up from when he was 6 or 7, all the way up to when he was 15, and then Vic made it or such, and Ruben sort of didn't. But they're still big mates. So yeah. So he's no, it was good. It was good. Yeah.
Good. It's nice you get out to those things, isn't it? Because it's like at least you get to keep in touch with the players and things like that. So it's just nice that you can have that in your really, isn't it?
Yeah, you didn't when they were playing for Coventry, I just helped them, not for that reason. But it's great now that they sort of they come over, we'll sort of tickets out, and sort of what we did for them, they're doing for us, sort of thing, which is fantastic, really. So it's good. Yeah, hopefully he gets a move to Real Madrid or Barcelona. That's what you're dreaming, and we'll go across there.
Oh, that'd be amazing. That'd be fantastic.
Not Manchester.
Yeah.
No, not Manchester. No,
Yeah,
you don't want him at United. That's for sure. Please, no.
No.
No chance. Don't want that. I'll tell you what, that is just superb, because this week it has been a bit meh with all the internationals, and we are back to back to normal this weekend, which is nice. So let's have a little look then. So we're going to look now at the Christmas shopping list. Have you all put in your shopping list for your presents? Have you all asked anyone for anything?
I just sent the link. I sent the link to the club shop to all the family. Basically, that's what I did.
Good idea. Now, but if Doug don't get this right, do you really want to be spending more money in the club shop? That is the question. So what I'm going to do before we finish, we've got 10 minutes. I'm going to do a little bit of shopping for you all. Okay. So I don't know if you've been on the club shop, on the club website lately. They got a few new things out. So if anyone wants out there watching, they want to buy us a little gift for Christmas, here's a few ideas for you. So I don't know if you've seen them, but they got new Christmas jumpers this year, guys. Here you go.
Give it a new one.
Oh, look at those. Hey, they're a bit smart, aren't they?
Is
What
that
do
an
you
elephant
reckon?
down there? Is that an elephant, sky blue Sam?
Yeah. Yeah. It's
I don't know if it was I thought it was a dolphin.
I thought it was a
that's a
duck
kid's
or
one though,
something.
Rich. It won't fit you.
Oh, okay. No, I didn't want it. I was trying to work out what it was.
I like the one with the badge.
Chris, would you like? Chris, would you? Which one? The vest? Yeah, I'll wear the vest. Why not? Do you fancy any of those, Chris?
No, not really. If someone out there suddenly got the urge to think, I'm going to buy one of those for Chris, just give the money to charity.
Well, I tell you what, they ain't cheap. That's for sure. They're not cheap. So yeah. Antonio, do you fancy one of those?
I could do with a tank top. Go back to the 70s.
Yeah, that's your normal wear, isn't it?
It is actually. The one with the big badge on the front's all right, isn't it? That's understated.
Yeah, that's similar to the one I bought a couple of years ago, a white one with the big badge on, which is nice. I quite like the bottom left one.
Yeah,
It's like a ski jumper. It's like a ski jumper. It's got just a little Cov badge on it, which I quite like. So that's Christmas jumpers. What else we got? Oh, yes. Wow. We've got the new Umbro range. Have you seen the new Umbro range, guys?
Yeah.
Here you go.
Yeah,
So you got new
yeah.
hats. Guess how much that cup is?
Oh, 15 quid?
25.
No.
So, well, there's two. There's a yellow and the blue one. One of them was 25 and the other's 40, right? Am I getting that right?
40 quid. 45
40.
quid, I think it is.
45.
That's 45 quid, that cup.
Is it like gold plated
serious.
or something? Like what?
Seriously now, that has got to be a typing error on the website, because I'm like you, Chris. I seen the yellow one, it was cheaper.
Yeah.
Or is it because it's your favourite colour, yellow, it's cheaper?
I don't know. Do you think if you look in the cup, it says Doug King thinks you're a mug?
When you drop all the way down to the bottom.
Rich, would you spend 40 quid on that?
No.
Nah.
No.
Exactly. I'll tell you what, unbelievable. They are starting to take the biscuit a bit. But that's some of the Umbro range. Now,
I couldn't even drink that much.
Now, listen. These are beautiful. These are amazing. Right, I found these. They are unbelievable. Great Christmas fit. Well, not stocking filler because they're too expensive. But if anyone wants to treat your partner, buy them one of these. You can't go wrong. And Joe will be very pleased because you'll be advertising his old business.
Oh, yeah.
Look at those. Wow.
Oh, I've got the original.
Wow. Aren't they nice?
I'm on a WhatsApp group with Joe for the statue, and at the start of the week he was brilliant because he came out with this, and I'm back in town. It was brilliant.
Brilliant. I'll tell you what.
Bless him.
Yeah, I've already bought the blue one.
What's it like?
Nice.
What's it like?
Nice. Very nice.
What's the material like?
It's, like proper old school football top, like a silky type of cotton. It's nice, really nice.
Is it like the original material?
Yes, it is.
Oh man, seriously.
That's what the kit should be now, shouldn't it? I think.
Yeah.
Oh,
that's nice,
I'm gonna have to get to the club shop early on Saturday.
Yeah.
I need that shirt. You could wear that out to a nightclub.
What nightclubs do you go to?
You could wear that out to a nightclub, couldn't you, Rich?
No.
Yeah, you could. Rich, you could wear that. Rich, you could wear that in Fizzy Moons, man.
Yeah. Fizzy Moons, both so.
Isn't it lovely though?
What player do you think of when you look at that strip then?
Still
Regis.
I was thinking Alan Brazil.
Was it Brazil? Yeah.
Brazil played in those, yeah.
Yeah, it's Brazil, yeah. Was it Brazil, yeah?
And Sam Allardyce.
Yeah.
I was thinking Stuart Pearce, I was.
Yeah.
Stuart Pearce. Mickey Platner.
Didn't Terry Gibson play in those as well? Or was he
Graham Withy.
Yeah.
Graham Withy.
I'll tell you what, that is some kit. I have so got to pick one of those up this weekend if they're on sale.
You can see the original behind my shoulder, but you never used to, quite often you didn't get the sponsorship on the kit back then.
No,
Weird.
no.
You can see it.
No.
It's just there. There it is.
Yeah, that's brilliant. Look at that. Oh, I love it. Love it. Right. Okay. Kids, stocking fillers. Here you go.
Oh,
there's his deck. There's the deck.
Oh, yeah.
Deck of players.
Mark Robbins.
Oh no.
I had to put that in. Sorry.
Is he the ace, Mark Robbins?
Ace of
yes,
clubs,
he is. Ace of spades.
He took the Joker.
Hey, do you know what? They'd be collectible now, so you better crack on and get them.
Yeah.
Then you got a little Lego figure. Now they do other Lego figures, but they weren't on the website. Hello. This is what I mean. Doug says he's sorted everything out. He hasn't, because the website's crap. The shop doesn't stock everything. And the radio control cars are shocking. Terrible. I like the tabletop football though, Vic, do you?
Yeah.
Yeah, smart that is. Yeah, so if you want to buy anything for your kids this Christmas, get down and buy them.
That's not the kids. I want them for me. Never mind the kids.
Oh, yeah.
Well, if anyone's feeling generous, mine's a large, please, in any of those. Thank you. Now, the reason I'm doing this, someone kindly dropped a present off for me last night to my house, come all this way out where I live, which is quite far, and they bought me a little present, and I'm going to show you what it is. I collect these anyway. They're called Funko Pops. Has anyone seen Funko Pops?
Yeah.
Do you know what a Funko Pop is?
No, I don't.
Well,
No.
kindly, Neil Jakes. Is it Jakes, isn't it? Yeah, there's a Funko Pop. So Neil Jakes brought me one of these round last night, and I'm so pleased, right? Here's my little Sakamoto.
Life size.
Oh, Sakamoto. Look at him. Isn't he brilliant? So, old Neil has made these, okay, and he's very, very talented, and he was telling me how he does them all, and he's made the boxes and everything, and they're called Pop Coventry, and they are just brilliant. This is little Sakamoto in his little kit. You can see his kit, look, Monzo on it and everything. It is absolutely superb. And he is trying to make a go of this. So if anyone out there wants to back him, let me know, because this could work really well for the club shop. This could really work for the club shop. And I've already had people asking me how they get hands on them. This is the first one. This is the first one that has been given out to the public. He's got the others on his possession, but this is the first one. I'm very, very, very honoured. Thank you, Neil. Really appreciate it. I didn't want to take it out of the box, but I had to take him out of the box last night. And on the top, it's got Play Up Sky Blues. But if you get hold of him on Facebook, he might be able to sort something out for you. So if you get on there, you can see him. But he got them signed the other day. There's Radoni and Louis Binks signing a couple of them there. And then you've got, if it comes up, there you go, Mason Clark, and your favourite, Vicky, Ellis Sims signing one. He showed me a picture last night of, he's done Hadji right, and it's brilliant. He's put the braids in the hair and everything. So he's got the proper braids, got everything. He looks really, really smart. So if you are interested, head over to Facebook to Neil Jakes. It's Jakes, isn't it? Yeah.
Yeah.
He can make you these.
Well,
and I've got one.
What?
No, they're hard, so they're plastic.
Oh.
Let me take him out the box. Let's see if I get him out the box. Oh, it's great. He had a seal on it, and it's like seal of approval from Roland Nielsen. The seal. It's got a picture of Roland Nielsen on it. It's brilliant. Right, hold on, let me get him out the box. I don't want to break him. That's the only thing. They're plastic, Vic. So they're like a hard plastic.
Yeah.
Right, let's put the box there. Here he is. Look, here's my little Sakamoto.
Don't do the accent thing.
Sakamoto. It's brilliant, isn't it? Look, you can have it on the back. Look, and it's even got. Yeah, it's even got the EFL badge on the sleeve. You can't really see it, and then on the other side, it's got the sponsorship on his sleeve. You can't really see it there.
You've tuned into Sky Blue Fans TV, by the way.
Yeah,
you are tuning, and it's Neil Sakamoto. So Neil Jakes, he makes all these absolutely brilliant.
I thought it was a shopping channel for a minute.
Where's the phone number?
It's Christmas ideas. Come on, get with the program. I've come back and all this. Hey?
We're not in December yet. It's too early for Christmas.
I know, but when you look on telly, it's Christmas adverts everywhere. Right. Okay. So there you go. That's the Christmas shopping done. Right. A few more comments and we're going to call it a night. There you go.
Before we do that, can I just ask Claudio about the players' evening on Tuesday?
Yes.
Well, yeah. Well, Ben Sheaf and Jamie Allen came along. It's fantastic. We haven't had one in Leamington for a long time, and Richard kindly chaperoned Ben, protector. What was interesting was we were told by the club not to ask about the sacking. So we went in the back room, we had a quick word with Ben, and Ben seems a bit surprised, didn't he, Richard? He kind of had
him up as well. I think they want to, they've got thoughts and whatever, a bit miffed actually that they can't talk about it.
Yes. So Rob Gurney hosted, and he did it cleverly. He basically asked them about how that Robin's influenced their careers, and he sort of went around it. It was really good, and Ben comes across so well. And what's interesting, the kids love him. He's got a big fan club amongst the young kids, really. And what was also funny, when it comes to the people asking questions, Rob did the first bit. I went round with the mic in the second half. It's all the kids asking the questions. Yeah. All these adults, you all come on these things, you all gob off about the players. When it comes to actually got a chance to talk to the club captain, they all went mute, didn't they, Rich? It was really funny. Yeah. One kid, he said, "Are you going to smash? Are you going to smash Callum O'Hare on Saturday?" Little kid, he's only about 5. That's a proper Cov question. That is. That's a proper. And Ben went, "Oh no, we respect them, nice players. We get on with them and all that." And he smiled. I went, "Yeah, he's going to smash him," and he laughed, didn't he?
I think I'm biased, but you were there, Claudio. But they talked about fads, didn't they? Both talked about fads, didn't they? Glowingly about fads.
Yeah.
Which they did, both of them for 4 or 5 minutes.
And you said that. They mentioned fads, Godders, all Kells, didn't they? Kelly, they mentioned, and they said that's what we're missing in the changing room. He said that, Ben Sheaf. So where fans going, we need experience, and we think we know nothing. You got the players actually at the club saying we need experience. So there you have it. See, Dawn should have said hello.
She messaged me to say I'm on Claudio's table, but I'm too scared.
Well, it's funny because one of the lads on our table went, "Who are those two women sat on our table?" And I said, "It's not speed dating; it's a football evening."
Was that Ken? Did Ken say that?
No. I know he said it. Yeah. Should have said hello, Dawn. So I think there'll be another one in next year. Don't know when because we got a couple, I think. But Sarah Phipps, Sarah,
Yeah, she was on your table as well, wasn't she? We were.
Yes, and they bid for Ben's shirt, 220 quid in the auction. That was good.
Wow,
it was good, really good, and because we've come back from not doing the plays evenings because of various reasons, and it was absolutely packed at the racing club. I can't believe it. It was really good night, and the players love it. I just hope it continues. I'm a bit scared because. You never know. It's this thing that Mark Robbins and Dave Boddy were really wanted to do, you see. And I'm scared that they'll stop doing it, with new regime and all that. We are unique. I don't know any other club that does this kind of thing.
I think they've stopped at Scarborough Tavern, haven't they? I mean, Miles will know more. I mean, I don't think they're at Scarborough Tavern anymore for whatever reason.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's gone on there.
No, none of us know what's gone on. Not at all. So the only one I know about is they had Lloyd McGrath, the other week, and they've given them a card to give them free drinks for life. And I thought I nearly put a post saying, "You're giving that Benno."
Benno's moved in there. Hasn't he? He's got.
So I mean that. Now he's got a card. He'd be in there all the time.
Look, that's Benno's new book. Oh, you got it as well.
Oh,
Did you get it free?
A minute. What's going on here?
I meant to review it. I haven't read it yet.
Oh, I've got it and I've read it. I had to pay for mine. I'm not big time.
I pay for mine as well. I pay for mine.
Unbelievable.
Who was it that overpaid for a book recently? What was that? Someone got charged too much, didn't they? Was that you, Claudio?
It was me. I didn't know which it was, so I just went, "I'll have it," and I tapped this thing. I got home, looked at me bill, it's 25 quid. The next day, I get a copy in the post for free to review it. I thought, flipping, that's just my luck. I've got 2 copies now. And also, we presented Ben with the Sky Blue Fans TV Player of the Season, and he loved it. He said it was really nice.
He left it in my car, though. I had to go back. No. I took it back, though. When I dropped him off, he'd left it in the footwell, so I had to go back to his house. And...
Didn't love it that much then.
No, he did. Good talking. He did.
It's when somebody asked him, did the advertising hoardings put them off?
The dog.
Around the pitch. I said, I don't think it does. It keeps passing him the ball. They took it. They were good fun. And Jamie
was good.
Yeah, Miles knows what he's like in the past. He's quite shy. He was actually animated. I was surprised. It was good. They're good. So they are good nights. And if you have a chance, go to them.
Ben and Jamie were pleasure to interview over the last few years.
The best one, though, Miles, was Fads. When you interviewed Fads, and I told him who you were. I told him who you were behind the scenes.
I know. I heard you on the show the other week. Yeah, I know. He got me a right one there, didn't he? But the best one was when we come into Fizzy Moons that night. Oh no, I've just dropped Sakamoto.
Well, that's him out for 4 weeks.
Oh no, I've just dropped Sakamoto. So when we come into Fizzy Moons that time, he goes, I was with the missus. It's after we beat Birmingham at home. And we comes in and Hamer's there and Fads comes up to me missus and he goes, you know what he did to me, don't you? Yeah. She goes, no, he says, he took a picture of me in my boot and I got done for it because we were all over social media telling everyone I was injured. Bugger. My missus says, you didn't, did you? I says, I did. That was an accident, you know. Because you know he was injured then. Godden was injured, weren't he? Yeah. He had his foot in a boot, and we were just taking pictures. We were just messing around taking pictures, and I thought it was Godden. But what happened was, I put some pictures up, and it was another lad, Neil Littlewood, Wayne Littlewood's. Is it Wayne Littlewood's cousin? Is it or something?
His brother, isn't it?
He's zoomed in. And put it on Twitter. He stole the photo, zoomed in, and put it on. So it wasn't my fault. Wasn't my fault. Definitely not my fault. Right. Okay. We've come to the end of the show. We've got some coaches to advertise, Claudio.
Well, we've got parking for Saturday. Shall I stick it on?
Yeah, do it.
There you go. You can scan that, actually. You can scan, if you're watching, you can scan it. Yeah, we'll be parked in one of their car parks. And if you want to go to Burnley, I'm sure they're doing the coaches.
Yeah, they are.
They're top people, big travel. Yes, it should be. There you go.
There you are. And one more thing. If you're not doing anything Saturday night after the game, come and see me down the Old Shepherd from 7:30. There you go. Come and have a dance a night away. Why not? I'll be playing a Jamaican special slot this weekend. So there you go. Come down.
Andy says, Neil is my son, nothing to do with Wayne, not related. Phew, that's a relief, isn't it?
I probably started thinking, crap, we better not be associated with him.
Yeah.
He gets played by everyone.
Brilliant.
Right, are we going to try and go live on Saturday, Miles?
It all depends on the signal, doesn't it, at the ground? If we can get a good signal, then yes. If not, we'll record something and post it out later on in the evening.
Well, I think we'll be all right in the posh end. It's provided. Yeah.
Should be okay. So yeah, we'll see what we can do. But if not, Ken will be back, and you guys will be back on Sunday, and hopefully talking about 3 points. Let's hope the team can do this for the home fans at least. Anyway, and I hear that they've sold over 2,200 today for Millwall, which is fantastic. So the fans are doing their bit. So they've been doing their bit all season, home and away. Come on, Doug, you've got to get this right. You really have got to get this right, because if you don't, I don't know what will happen. I really don't. But let's go for 3 points this Saturday. I know I've gone for a draw. That's just me being safe, but you never know what might happen. So we'll probably see you Saturday. If not, we'll see you on Sunday. Thank you, guys. You all enjoyed yourselves?
Yeah, good time. Good fun.
Yeah, brilliant. Excellent. I'm going to go and watch the ball in the jungle now. So I've got to... What a waste of time that is. I'll see you all Saturday, and have a great weekend. Enjoy the game. Come on, you Sky Blues. And Hamer, take a red card for us, please. Come on, Hamer. Do it. You know you want to. Anyway, play up Sky Blues. Thanks, guys.
Play up Sky Blues.
Play up Sky Blues.
Play up Sky Blues.
Sky Blue Fans TV. For the fans, by the fans.